In response to James Comey's testimony last week, President Donald Trump now says he is 100% willing to testify under oath. He is explicitly accusing the former FBI director, whom he fired, of just making up a ton of what he said in front of that Senate panel on Thursday morning. Let's go to Donald Trump at a Rose Garden press conference at the White House.
I want to get back to James Comey's testimony. You suggested he didn't tell the truth in everything he said. He did say under oath that you told him to let the Flynn, you said you hoped the Flynn investigation he could let go.
I didn't say that.
So he lied about that.
Well, I didn't say that. I mean, I will tell you, I didn't say that.
And did he ask you to pledge his
And there'd
loyalty?
be nothing wrong if I did say it, according to everybody that I've read today, but I did not say that.
And did he ask for a pledge of loyalty from you? That's another thing he said.
No, he did not.
So he said those things under oath. Would you be willing to speak under oath to give your version of those events?
100%. I didn't say under oath. I hardly know the man. I'm not going to say, I want you to pledge allegiance. Who would do that? Who would ask a man to pledge allegiance under oath? I mean, think of it. I hardly know the man. It doesn't make sense. No, I didn't say that, and I didn't say the other.
So if Robert Mueller wanted to speak with you about that,
I would be glad to tell him exactly what I just told you, John.
And you seem to be hinting that there are recordings of those conversations.
I'm not hinting anything. I'll tell you about it over a very short period of time.
When is that?
Okay? Yeah, more on that later. We have to apply Occam's razor here, right? Do you believe the guy who lies all the time, which would also sort of imply by definition that James Comey, a well-liked and highly respected public servant of decades career, made up not only his assertions, but created fake memos to spread the lies as well? Or do you just believe that Trump is lying, which he has done before? We really need to apply Occam's razor here.
Yeah, and of course, Comey's judgment has been called into question, but not so much the veracity of his claims, whereas Donald Trump, we know him to be a pathological liar.
Constantly. And the great thing here is that Trump is picking and choosing when Comey can be trusted and when he isn't, which is 100% Donald Trump's MO. If you agree with him, you're the best. If you disagree, you're absolutely the worst, fake news, whatever. In James Comey's case, he's sort of both, because Donald Trump also said at the White House Rose Garden, quote, "Yesterday showed no collusion, no obstruction, but we were very, very happy. And frankly, James Comey confirmed a lot of what I said, and some of the things that he said just weren't true." So we can trust James Comey's memo and testimony that he told Trump, you're not personally under investigation right now. Totally trustworthy, James Comey is on that issue. But the notes that Comey made right after that same meeting, now we can't trust those notes about the loyalty pledge. We can't trust those notes about the black cloud over my head, about the Russia investigation. We can trust James Comey's assertions that are good for Trump from that meeting, but not the same assertions from the same meeting that happened to not be good for Donald Trump.
We suspected that Donald Trump would be live tweeting the James Comey testimony. He didn't actually tweet until the day after,
right?
But he was able to wrap up that cognitive dissonance all in one tweet together.
Stunning.
It's fascinating.
Absolutely fascinating. And by the way, this whole Trump is 100% willing to testify. He was 100% willing to release his tax returns as soon as XYZ happened. We're not getting those, Pat. I don't expect that we're going to see Trump testify under oath.
No, I mean, a sitting president has only testified to Congress while they were in office, of course, 3 times. Hasn't happened since Gerald Ford when he talked about his decision to pardon Richard Nixon.
Is that true?
I think under those circumstances, he's not going to go along with it.
All right. I did not know that it had happened. Do you know any of the other of the 3 times where it happened?
Abraham Lincoln and Woodrow Wilson.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not likely to happen. But hey, at the same time, lots of things are happening under Trump that no one would have guessed were likely to happen.